Thinking about taking a cruise? Watch this video to see how to choose the best cruise line for you. Hey girlfriends, welcome back to my channel, Curly World Travel. I'm Carolina and I curate custom trips for curls around the world. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about travel tips and advice for the curly-haired traveler. Today's video is all about cruises and how to pick the best one for you. There are so many different kinds of cruises out there and it can be overwhelming trying to choose one. So watch this video until the end to get my take on this as a travel agency owner. Give me a thumbs up if you are ready to get started. Cruise lines have ships that come in all different sizes. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the different sizes, but they do range from small ships fitting up to 800 passengers to mega ships that can hold more than 3,500 passengers. Ultimately, the size of the ship should contribute to the kind of experience you are looking for. Now, as a rule of thumb, the more passengers on board, the more activities and amenities are likely offered, and the cost is likely going to be cheaper because the cost is shared with a lot more people than on smaller ships. Oftentimes, families are more so attracted to these larger ships because they have more options that cater to different age groups. Now, smaller ships may cost you more money, but it will have a more intimate atmosphere and likely a more luxurious feel due to the more personalized services that you get. You have a higher chance of running into the same people as well, making it easier to make friends in that type of environment. Now, this does not mean, however, that you can't get an intimate experience on a larger ship, though. There's always exceptions to these rules. Now, aside from ship sizing, there are also many different cruise lines that offer a different type of experience, down to the type of excursions and activities offered. You want to be sure the cruise line you choose matches your personality and the type of traveler you are. Now, do you prefer a more calm and relaxed environment? Are you looking for a more sophisticated feel? Are you looking for something more energetic and lively? Do you care if kids are on board? Because there are cruise lines that are for adults only with adult entertainment, if you catch my drift. Now, do you want a river cruise, a wildlife cruise, an intercontinental cruise? Like, what destinations do you want to see? Now, these are just some of the questions you need to ask yourself before you book a cruise line because there are so many different ones. You have Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Disney, Princess, Celebrity, Regent, like the list goes on. And I'm going to go deeper into the different types of cruise lines in a later video so that you can get more insight on which line is the best fit for you. So if you haven't already subscribed, do so now and hit the bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. Now, the next thing you need to think about is duration. How long do you want to be on a cruise? Is it 3 days? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? A month? There are even cruises called world cruises that are 6 months to a year long. Now I will say those world cruises typically attract retirees living their best life because the younger crowd likely can't just leave their lives behind for 6 months to a year at a time. But regardless, you have to decide how long you want to be cruising for. And just to piggyback off of duration while we're on the subject of time, take into consideration the time of the year you are trying to go on your cruise because there are certain itineraries that you can only sail at very specific times of the year. You have to keep in mind that you are on the water and your itinerary can be affected by things like hurricane season, for example. Now, after you decided all of this, you have to come up with your budget. How much do you want to spend? There are cruise lines that are more budget friendly, and then there are more luxurious cruise lines that may not be so budget friendly. Now, just because you are on a budget does not mean you can't afford a luxury cruise, because what people don't think about is when you buy a cruise solely off the fact that it's a cheap price, the extras that you may want on your trip will cost you extra on board. Now, some luxury cruises typically include everything for you, so you may not have to come out of pocket anymore when you are on board. I've seen some people spend more money in the end on what they felt was a more budget-friendly cruise than on a more premium or luxury cruise, because they got on a boat and realized they want X, Y, and Z, which is not included in the price they initially booked. So this is why it is important to also work with a travel agent so they can help find what's most suitable to your budget and personality. A last tip I want to add on while you are thinking of your budget is that the port you leave from matters. Don't forget to incorporate the cost of your flight in your budget if you are not local to the port of your choosing. I've also got a great cruise fact sheet you can download to help give you a little more insight on cruises. Now, you can download this cruise fact sheet by using the link below in the description. Well, curl friends, this concludes today's video on how to choose the best cruise lines for you. Like this video if you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway is. If you are thinking about cruising soon, let's talk. Book a free 15-minute consultation with me so we can talk about what you are looking for in your next cruise vacation and find the best fit for you. The link is below in the description. Now, if you're not ready to talk just yet, that's okay. Like my Facebook page, Curly World Travel, then join my VIP group, Curly World Sky Club, where you can ask me anything you are curious about when it comes to travel. Curly World Sky Club will give you access to the travel scoop, expert advice, and exclusive deals and giveaways. You can also find me on Instagram at Curly World Travel, so be sure to follow that as well. Now, next week's video, we are going to shift gears a little bit and talk about the top 10 things not to do in Thailand. So don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about travel. Now, like this video if you found it helpful, and share this video with someone you want to go on a cruise with. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.